Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Ruidoso Village Council Workshop. It's 8 o'clock. If you will stand with me, we'll have a moment of silence and then join with me in the pledge and the salute to the New Mexico flag. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico as the symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. All right. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Mayor Crawford.
Here.
Councilor Eby.
Here.
Councilor Letterman. Here. Councilor Hooker.
Here.
Councilor Jackson.
Here.
Councilor Corey.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We're going to get on with the agenda. As you can see, let's start with the workshop meeting agenda items. Discussion on ratification of amendment to Memorandum of Understanding between the Village of Ruidoso as the fiscal agent for the Lincoln County Ruidoso DWI program and the Village of Ruidoso as the administrative county. Is that right? Did I miss it?
Administrative authority.
I should have brought my glasses. Administrative authority for the Ruidoso Police Department for DWI enforcement and reimbursement of overtime costs in the amount not to exceed $6,000 for the period of time between July 1, 2024 and May 31st, 2025. And then we'll go ahead and let's look at item number 2. We can put one on however you guys want to do it, but item number 2 is discussion adoption of resolution 2025-02, a resolution authorizing the Village of Ruidoso to submit an application to the Department of Finance and Administration Local Government Division to participate in the local DWI grant and distribution program. So, do we have anything? Does anybody, you want to speak to that, Chief? Okay, come on up, Mr. Hanson, and we'll. And I think we got a meeting coming up, don't we? She sent me an email yesterday.
Yes, I believe April, Mayor.
April?
In April, I believe
That's
is.
forever. Well,
And that'll be,
That one on.
that's when they'll be presenting all the counties will be and municipalities be presenting their applications will be
okay,
at that time, so.
very good. Yes, sir.
This increase in the overtime for Ruidoso PD, they're having some problems in the downs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any officers. They're not going to spend their money. And I've been giving them $6,000. They've been spending it every year pretty good. But this year they haven't spent any, and I don't think they're going to.
Okay.
I did leave them a couple of thousand in case they do get somebody hired and they want to work it, but I felt like I'd have a better chance to get this money spent with Ruidoso than.
Yeah, but I know that the chief down there hired a deputy chief,
I believe so, yes.
but I don't think he's got anybody else. How are we spending our money? Are we spending it up?
We've spent all of our money, actually, in a little on top of that. So, the 6,000 will actually cover what we went over just a little bit, and then we'll have some for activities between now and the end of the year, or the end of the fiscal, so,
Okay.
or end of May.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
Are we working Ruidoso Downs?
No. Right now it's under the state police and the sheriff's department
okay.
and the municipal league. We're working on help me out. What's the terminology?
It's cross-commissioning.
Cross-commissioning
Okay.
with the downs. We're getting a little pushback from the sheriff's association, but if they call, our guys will go. They can detain or whatever, but they just can't arrest.
We're going in and providing assistance as needed, but we're not the primary investigating officers or any of those.
You go if they call you and say, hey, we need help.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll go secure a situation if need be, if it's going to be a little bit, but we turn all that over to either the Sheriff's Department, State Police, or the Downs if they've got somebody at that point in time. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bill. Anything else?
I say consent.
Going both on consent?
Yes.
Okay, 1 and 2, consent, ladies.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill, for being on top of that. And I haven't seen my DWI report. I've been out of town. Are we getting a few? Because I know
I
after,
think it slowed down a little bit, here lately. Some of that's been because we've been waiting on the funds from LCDWI. And right now, the state funds are kind of locked up because they switched their computer program and they're having some issues with it, so.
okay. So I just know after,
Overtime budget's going
okay.
out. Regular, we may have had a couple.
Because I know just the incidents we had and then the death that we had, we want to make sure we're still vigilant on all that. Okay. All right, thank you.
If they spend all their money this year, I'll give them even more next year.
Sounds like a free ticket to ride.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 3, discussion on T-Hanger agreement between the Village of Ruidoso, Sierra Blanca Regional Airport and Casey Pritchard for T1 Hangar Bravo 10, beginning January 15th. This is just a standard, I don't see Lee.
I don't see him either, and that's just
It's a standard deal. Just to let y'all know, we had a meeting with some interested parties, let's say, from the airport, and we're making grounds by no means starting anything over. It's just they understood, and they kind of have ostracized the one individual that was causing a lot of the issues. But they're working with us on some things, and we're getting the leases cleared up. A mess.
The subletting,
Subletting, but I already paid you off and now it's mine kind of deal. So we're getting all that squared away. And we had a meeting with the interesting parties and it went very well, I think, and we're making some progress. They had some valid points on the key cards that we're entering. If you fly in after hours and you get out, you can't get back in. And so we got to figure out that kind of deal. But anyway, I was very pleased with it. Lee did a good job getting us the information and everybody was respectful. Consent or regular?
Consent.
Consent.
I just had a question.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Mayor. If I understood you correctly, then in these contracts, as they roll over to the new ones, there are prohibitions against all the things that we've talked about
Everything.
before.
Yeah, and this is those small ones, but yes, everything that's new, and then we're gonna work on some stuff with lease extensions, yes or no, or what do we do, variables that we're gonna be bringing back to the council on some of these out here, because going in with the master plan, it may interfere with the master plan. So these are things that we're gonna be bringing back, but anything new, rules are explained, entry, egress, ingress, and all that. So, yes, sir. Item number 4. Yes, sir.
Have there been any other issues with key cards?
Just that when Windstream Kinetic was putting in the fiber out there and they were boring under, they hit, and they were pulling cable, the cable conduit was full. They pulled, somehow they messed the electrical up to the gate. So we waited, it was on a Friday when we found out. Monday, the key card company came in, said, hey, it's not us. So then we got Ricky LeMay out there, they found out it was the electrician. So we're working out rebate on that since they did it. So that's the only problem I'm aware of that they brought to our attention. So, item number 4, discussion on change order number 2 with DNR Tank for water storage tank rehab, rebuild ITB 2024-001B, requesting quantity adjustments and decreasing the contract amount by $137,782.19. Yes, sir.
Good morning, councilors and mayor.
Good morning.
Randy.
Yeah, this is it's on the tank rehab project, and we're basically making some quantity adjustments on the contract, and we're decreasing the contract, like the mayor said, $137,782.19.
Is this the tank they're working on there at Hull and Gavilan?
Yeah, little D tank.
And flooring and,
Yeah, so what they did is, when they came in, they replaced the floor, the roof, and they did the rafters and, the vent and they, everything, the ladder. And then, so they sandblasted the walls, and what they found is there's some spots where it's bad, and they're gonna have to go back in and weld it, and then, put an additional coating on it. And they had the NACE inspector out there to verify everything, and we met on site and they showed us all the bad spots, so. But we'll have a tank that's gonna last for quite a while. It'll be like a brand-new tank.
And the original was in a, because it looked pretty bad initially, that they figured all this in. It was after, yes, sir.
Look bad on the outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the decrease comes from line items that weren't used. Some of the flooring, like on that tank, didn't need to be done, so we just moved some monies around within the contract for the decrease and to cover the pitting and stuff like Randy's talking about.
Randy, how did they clean it after they finish?
How do they clean it?
Yeah.
Well, they just sandblast it and then they come in and,
Vacuum it?
yeah, they remove all the sand and stuff, and then they come in and put a coating on it right away to prevent it from rusting before they put the actual coating, so. And like Adam was saying, one of the other items that we pulled out of the contract was the vault for the west 5 mil tank. So the guys did that project in-house and did a pretty good job on it. So that saved like $140,000 by itself. And then the other one was the sub-base that we didn't have to do, which is a result savings of about $130,000. So overall, it's a pretty good deal. Plus, we reduced the contract.
Yeah.
So,
Good
And
boy.
what time, when do we think that'll be concluded?
I think of course, they're waiting on, the answer from here before they can start again. But I mean, they're already on site as of yesterday. I would think by next month, they should have it all wrapped up.
Okay.
So, because most of it's pretty much done, except for the welding and then the final coating or painting.
And then Ashley's gonna put water in it?
Yeah, how do
From
we
Eagle
do-
Creek?
Oh, from Eagle.
Well, I mean, they can put it in from anywhere, but I know we don't have anything in Grindstone really, so they'll be pulling it from Eagle Creek in that area, probably Wells.
Yeah, so right now, it's actually, we have it bypassed, Randy's guys installed a PRV to keep everybody in water. So we'll just take that off that bypass, so we can feed it from Eagle Creek or Hollywood Wells.
Oh, okay.
So,
What's the level at Grindstone right now?
Let me see, it was about 46, 47 feet.
Below.
Yeah. So, and that's off the 3 mil tank. So we keep the tanks pretty full.
What's the level of the lake itself?
Oh, the lake level? It was about 31 feet below spillway,
okay.
so.
Any idea when we'll be able to start putting water in?
We're actually putting water in it as we speak.
Oh, really?
Probably about a month now, so.
So, the
Diversion?
diversion,
Okay,
thank you.
diversion.
I'm not, when I need some neuro gum or something? Yeah, have we got that done yet?
Not for the two rivers, but Randy was able to come up with a solution to actually kind of indirectly use the Upper Canyon surface diversion. And so we are metering it right before it enters into the lake, and we'll report those numbers over to. the
How are you
office.
doing it?
What we did is, we were actually able to open up the gate, because they have the bypass actually open where, where they're feeding the flow, and they put it in a culvert, so they're just, running it through the.
Diverting a little
And then putting it back into the river. So what we did is we opened up the gate, that we can pull the water to divert it. So it was a kind of a chore because it was screwed up a little bit, but they were able to adjust it. And to increase the flow, we decreased the flow going through the bypass channel a little bit so we could get more flow, through the diversion.
Okay.
It's kind of a pretty good deal, so.
Well, I'm glad that we were taking some. I wasn't aware that we were.
Yeah, and yesterday it had slowed down to about 250 gallons a minute, but the day before on Sunday, I think it was 400, so.
So we'll be ready if we get some snow and melt off here.
And then the other thing we're doing is we're making sure the CFS on the Hollywood gauge is above 4. And
It's
that's
gotta be
been,
above 4 right now.
yeah, and it's been above it, but it's been close a couple times, but usually it's about like 5.08, so.
Excellent. That's good news. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is.
Okay. What do you guys want to do on this one?
It's a decrease. So.
Regular, okay. And DNR is pretty good to work with, sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, item number 5, discussion on Amendment 1 with Souder Miller and Associates for construction phase construction observation and closeout phase service for the Country Club line repair in the amount of $202,479.39, including New Mexico GRT. Yes, sir, Adam?
So this is, we used our on-call task order for Sutter Miller to get this project, or the project started on engineering. And this is just to carry us through construction and closeout for
Okay.
construction observation and all that.
And who do we get for construction again?
That is J&H Services.
J&H.
Yes, sir.
J&S or?
J&H.
That's the
Same-
boys out of Roswell?
Yes.
Oh, they're great.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Y'all want regular or consent?
I think regular just for public announcement.
Okay. Yeah, J&H is also the folks that is building the homes, Built-wise.
And they did Pine Cliff also.
And they did our Pine Cliff over there when we had some issues. They jumped right in and helped fix it, so they were awesome.
Built homes where?
Roswell, Built-wise, they started
In
that
Riverside
company.
Downs.
In Roswell,
Oh, in Roswell.
yeah, out the airport. They do good work, that guy does. Mitchell. Item number 6, discussion on task order RFP number 2021-007P-11, amendment for Riverwell H 1979 S3 rehab for an H 1979 S13 clean out and pumping test with John Shoemaker and Associates, Inc. for an extension of time from September 2024 to June 2025. Yes, ma'am?
This is just an extension of time for continued observation for the well work being done once we're able to start doing the well work after snowmaking season.
Oh, okay.
And he's making snow, he's been busy. But it's been so warm, he hasn't been making snow. But this is the one that the casing closed in,
Tuesday night.
that fell in, and we had to redo all the casing and all that.
Collapsed, and so we're having to re-drill it, and
Okay, so okay. Yeah, Tommy, I saw him the other day, and he said, we still haven't seen any of y'all out here to ride the Screaming Eagle.
I wrote
Said-
it,
Oh, you have?
yeah, last summer.
Okay, well, he said now's a good time, it's only a 2-hour wait. He said, sign me up.
Do they have a fast pass?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. The last time I went in there and said, hey, I want this for my grandkids, they got me that perfect igloo, right there you park right behind it, they got pizza, they got everything, and you get right on the deal, and I'm thinking, this is pretty great. I went to pay for it, and it was like nearly $500 I just spent.
Wow. Well, enjoy the
Paid
ride.
for the privilege, yeah.
Yeah, it was 50 for, I took my granddaughter.
Yeah. So,
Did
but,
you get a jacket and a T-shirt?
oh, I don't know. More money. So where do you want this one?
Consent, I think.
Consent, okay. Okay. Discussion on task order RFP number 2022-006P MCA-01 amendment for Eagle Creek Wellfield Phase 3 with Mosen Corbin and Associates, Inc. for an extension of time from October 2024 and March 2025.
this will also be an extension of time to Molson. This is just so we can finish out the project closeout. We're submitting our results over to the Drinking Water Bureau right now. We're getting the final documents from Roper, and then we'll come to council for that final change out.
Okay, and then this kind of finishes us out with Mosen?
We have one more.
One more.
At the bottom, but yes.
I mean, but these,
These two,
Yeah.
yes.
okay, what do you want to do with this one?
Consent.
Item number 8, discussion on task order RFP 2022-006P MCA 08 Amendment 1 Sanitary Sewer Collection System Infiltration and Inflow with Mosen Corbin and Associates, Inc. for an extension of time from December 2024 to December 2025. That was because of all the flooding and,
Correct. The flooding took out, pretty much caused the manhole, 3 of our manholes that we have smart covers to not get accurate results. So we did relocate those manholes. This study has to go on for a year according to the Office of State Engineers, so this will help cover that year timeframe.
and this affects our
Return
flow credits and all that stuff too, so we're backed up. Consent regular?
Consent.
Okay. Then there'll be more added, I'm sure. Then We're gonna, on the consent regular items, we look, item number 2, after approving the minutes, regular meeting and workshop, is the request to schedule public hearing February the 11th, 2025 for Planning Commission, case RZ 2024-317, rezone request from R1 Single Family Residential District to C2 Commercial District for 25943, 25933, US Highway 70, Section 36, T11S, R13E, Tracks 3 and 4.
So where is that?
So I'm going out towards Mescalero, you know where the RV park is?
Oh, yeah.
Next to the self-storage. That's all zoned R1. But it's fully developed as the RV park.
RV park.
Which isn't allowed in that district. It is going for sale, from Mr. Dyer to, Mr. Johnson. And in order to keep a clean title and the loans, we're needing to clear up that district, muddiness.
What'd the planning commission rule?
We have that meeting today.
Okay.
So the information for the packets and stuff will be available, before the meeting. Today I don't have a full report for that. I just wanted to try and expedite the process as they are trying
What
to
is
get
your
closing.
recommendation?
Staff does recommend that they, support the request to clean up the justification.
So it was essentially grandfathered.
Yes, it looks like from all the determinations I can locate, it's always had the house that, is there, and it had spaces in the back, and it keeps being, developed since, previously from 2008. But I cannot find any, like, history in the ETZ files or anything like that showing how it came or how it keeps improving.
And the obvious question is, which side of the highway is this on?
Yeah, that's,
Which side? It's, like, if you're going towards Mescalero, it's on the right-hand side.
Okay, so it's on the west side, so we're not worried about flooding or
No.
floodplain, any of that stuff, okay. And there's no worry about spot zoning or any of that, so it'll
No.
be continuous with the other C, okay? And then this is just a scheduled public hearing, we'll know more later today after the planning and zoning guys. Okay?
We have that meeting at 2.
Anybody else have any questions? Nada? Okay. Well, then we'll have public input, then we'll have mayoral reports and presentations of new employees and promotion. Austin, stand up.
yay.
That's our new Assistant Chief, Fire Marshal Extraordinaire, and Kate hadn't ran him off just yet, so we're happy to have him here. His wife's learning you don't shop on weekends. You don't go to the store on Saturday or Sunday or Friday afternoon. So anyway, well, we're glad to have you. Hopefully you're fitting in. I hear you are. He's doing a lot of work on short-term rentals, and they're going to have him real busy on those. There's some new rulings that they're wanting to put in and that he'll be big on. And then we'll introduce Eddie with the new haircut. Looks good.
New color too.
Nice.
And then Duckworth, Mr. Tim Duckworth, he is our new executive director for the Ruidoso Midtown Association. We're glad to have him. And I said it once before, quite honestly, after everything's been going on down there, I thought he'd at least have a man bun. And I am so glad he did, but he has a lot of experience. And so we're looking forward to working with Tim on a lot of different things. So, and I know you guys are going to the Main Street. You've already got that on your calendar, the Main Street. Yeah. And are you going to, Eddie?
Yes, I'm intended.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna go.
Are you going to go too? Good, good. So,
What is it?
they always have the annual conference for Main Street, and I've gone to it once, and there's a lot of good information, a lot of good networking, a lot of plans, ideas that we can go for grants, and that's one of the things that Tim's going to need help with is going after grants and projects and tying into the overall theme of the comprehensive plan that we're going to be updating. So this would be a good way to get your feet under you. And then, of course, Eddie, he's in the middle of everything, so we're excited about that. So welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
And then are we going to have another firefighter, or we already introduced them all?
Darren.
I want to transfer, because we're full right now, if you can believe it.
Can I make one comment?
Sure.
Going back to the short-term rentals,
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that we could, say, those homes can't have fires outside?
That's what they're doing.
Oh, it is?
Yep. Go ahead and brief her on that. That's one of the things they're talking about is moving, yeah,
Got that on consent next time?
huh?
We've got a request for a public hearing in February for this.
Yeah, we
in
do in
February.
February. Yeah, in February.
Okay.
But they're talking about changing short-term rentals to a constant level 2 fire
Yes,
restriction.
we are going to be bringing forward in February a overhaul of the short-term rental ordinance. One of the items in there would be, when we met with the new assistant chief, last week, we were proposing to have it just a stage 2 restriction all the time, level 2, all the time. But what was realized at that point also was, the biggest concern was the outdoor burning, the fire pits and such. And so we're going to specifically not go with the level 2. We're just going to say, no fire pits, no outdoor burning.
Smoking
No
also,
smoking?
no smoking also.
That was one of the things that we had a bit of concern about, whether that was going to be
And how do
something
you
that was going to be,
enforce it?
how do we
That's the
enforce that?
problem.
Yeah, in there. So we just thought it was, leave it up to people's, well, let people know that that's a concern with outdoor smoking, but not put it in there because of the enforcement issue on that, yeah.
Mayor?
We're allowed to distinguish between
Yep.
full-time and short-term?
A short-term rental, yeah, it's a business. And so we have the ability as the council to set our own ordinances. And then the chief can tell you about Party Central, them starting some bonfires and firecrackers in Upper Canyon. Yeah, just this last
my
time. And
God.
well, it was a Mexican holiday, and so we've got to do a better job of putting it out that, no, you don't do these things here.
Well, we just, right next door to us is now an Airbnb, and we've had very nice people, but it's opened my eyes a little bit, the fact that it's not their home, it's not their town, and they do whatever they want to do. They go off when they're done and leave every light on in the house. So I started thinking, most of them don't know how to put out a fire and make sure that it's out. If there's no flames, to them, it's out. So it just made me start thinking a little bit.
Well, and those are things that that's going to be covered in the new software that goes into implementation
In June?
June.
Yeah, that's
It's a while, but as soon as we can get her done. But with working with the police department on the calls, and just like I was telling these guys, I was home the other night and I saw flickering out the window. The night was so windy. What was it, Saturday?
Saturday.
And so I get up, I got my robe and my Ugg house shoes on, and I go next door on the back deck, and they have a big fire pit with fire. And I said, excuse me, and they jumped around. I said, what are y'all doing? And it's blowing. I said, do you have a fire extinguisher? This is stupid. We just burnt half the town down. And they're like, we got it. We'll take care of it. And so anyway, I talked to them, and they shut it down because they had a gas grill right there. And they were cooking steaks. And so we need to try to reinforce everybody, because it is a strong revenue for us that we do a lot of good with, but a lot of concerns. So those are conversations they're having. And Josh and Jacob and those guys on planning and zoning are addressing it. And then we'll just bring it to the public to get input.
Speaking of revenue, are you looking at raising the fees?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Considerably.
We are proposing a considerable increase, yes.
yes.
That will cover the cost of the software program, also cover the staff cost, an additional inspector, to a full-time inspector that would be able to go out and do inspections, and then also additional funds for the police and the fire department and perhaps forestry and any other village department to go out and do enforcement as necessary as well.
Along with that, if we still have all of those cards about feeding the animals, about everything, if we gave them to Hummingbird and to all these places that clean the house, if they every time just put one of those cards, I nudged Tom the other day because they had a whole loaf of bread next door doing this with all the animals. And so Tom went out and said, hey, just to let you know, we don't feed the animals. And the guy said, yeah, whatever, and threw, you know. So-
We have addressed that in the ordinance, not specifically what you've asked about feeding the animals, but we have added additional requirements for things to be posted and placed within that, and we can put that in there as well. if
Just
there's-
like on the other ones,
Yeah.
you know, where the fire extinguisher, and then you have a set of
Yeah.
rules that are laminated or whatever.
Yeah,
Because that was the whole deal. Those guys didn't even know where the fire extinguisher was, and I went in the house, sure enough, it was by the front door, you know, mounted. So they had followed the rules,
So that's, you just over in your bathrobe, just,
You take a baseball bat.
No, I didn't. I had Ringo, he looks vicious.
Oh, well.
All that hair. So, but anyway, they're working on all those, and
yeah,
it's
that's
well
wonderful.
needed,
I
so.
appreciate it.
And there's times, mayor and council, you know, I have a friend, he made a reservation and he doesn't see anyone. They have a key in a key box and you do it online and you don't even talk to anyone, so you don't know the rules. So we need to make sure that people understand what the rules are.
With, if
Yeah.
we ban fire.
Absolutely.
But they always have
Yeah.
cleaners, and so if those cleaners have the
Yeah.
rules and stuff, and, you know, make sure that.
I know those people, they go in, they grab their stuff, they get it, they get out. They are not worried about, because we've addressed it with some of them, and they said, you know, we can give it to them, but it goes in the trash. You know, they don't, nobody comes in and inspects them. It needs to be permanently posted that, you know, right next to the Wi-Fi signal, you know, here's your Wi-Fi password.
yep, that's where you'll
Don't
get it.
feed the animals.
Well, I was nice to these people, but give me a little time and I may.
Well, and you'll find that, like mine, that they're great. I don't have
Oh,
any
yeah,
issues.
We've had very nice people.
But it's just, I thought, what stupidity, you know, out here it's blowing 70 miles an hour and they're out here, got a fire pit going.
Yeah,
You have to stoke it.
it's crazy.
It was just nuts. So, anyway,
Thank
okay.
you very much.
Anything else you can think of?
Alex, to clarify, Alex, you're looking to have the public hearing in March.
Correct. No, the public hearing will be in February. No, the request will be on, we're requesting it to be on the agenda for next week.
Well, there's a chapter
the public
54
hearing.
land use. Is that the one?
No, that is the actual
Okay,
Yeah,
public
we don't
hearing.
have the other one then. We need to get,
So you'll be entering it today?
I had thought it already had been entered.
no.
We're gonna need the draft, ordinance with it also, though. We have to have that.
Yeah.
If
We
that's-
have that.
Is that ready to go?
Nearly ready to go, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because,
Mayor Crawford, you're also gonna have employee and department of the quarter under mayoral report.
okay. All right, did we get all that
Glad
in?
we talked about that, okay.
Okay, and promotions, have we already done them? Seems like I've been gone forever. Did we already do the promotions in the fire department? We already have done all that?
Yes, we'll have new hires and several new hires that'll be starting next week, so we'll have them here at the council meeting.
Okay, excellent.
Well, you hadn't been here since last
I
year.
know, we're.
I know, it's been all year.
Got that one in, didn't you?
I had to do it.
Mayor and council, we're also going to have another regular item, and it's going to be adoption by resolution, all the master plans that we did for our utilities. We've already adopted the rate analysis and the new rates, but I'll have Ashley just go over that. It's a huge document, so we're trying to find a way to be able to place it in the Novus agenda. So you all, how many pages is that, Ashley?
It's probably going to be close to 1,000. I was able to get.
1,000?
I was able to get the combined one in,
just looked at a
but
chapter.
you have all the appendices,
Oh, my
which are
Lord.
each of the individual master plans.
Omnibus, let's just run that sucker through.
But we had the presentations from Sauter Miller on that, and we've already started on it. I just want to have that, we want to adopt that by resolution.
So this will replace the current water master plan, the current sewer collections plan. It will establish the regional wastewater treatment plant master plan and the solid waste master plan, as well as you'll be adopting again the Raftalis 10-year financial plan for each of the enterprise departments.
Okay.
So Mayor and Council, if Novus Agenda won't hold that big of a document, what are your wishes about how you would like us to make that available to you? Would you, each of you like a thumb drive? Do you,
I think that'd be best, don't you?
Yeah, you have to cut
Just
down a
don't
few more
print it.
trees.
because I
Don't print it.
don't think Novus Agenda's going to hold that.
And I don't know if we could we can do an email link. We could do that and a thumb drive, whatever's the easiest to
Is
be
it
able
on the website, Ron?
to. No, not yet,
Not yet, it will.
but
be.
it will be on there.
And I was able to, I did upload the combined one, you just won't have the individual master plans attached to the current Novus agenda.
Thumb drive seems.
Okay,
Okay. We'll get all of those put on there for you guys.
and we'll get it to you as soon as,
If we can attach it to
Yeah.
We're gonna try.
Right, we'll try.
You want to try? All right.
okay.
She said right before the whole thing crashed.
Well,
I know, that's why I was concerned.
Question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ashley, you know, here it is, January. Is the third party with the floodplain and everything, are they out of
They're
here?
doing a great job. I've heard, every time I ask them, they're still on track. So I think they have a couple more weeks of work. And
Oh, okay.
I got an email from their surveyor, and they're gonna be out here this week doing the base flood elevation. So I think they're starting to wrap up the actual culvert portion, and we're gonna start entering into the actual base flood elevation. So they need that culvert data to put into the H&H modeling to create your floodplain. And so now they're gonna actually look at how deep
Figuring
each
kind
area
of
is gonna be.
first February, first week or so.
They're, just talking with people, they're like chomping at the bit.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
know,
hear.
Yeah.
But they're working, I've seen them working on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, they're, every time I drive around, they're
They were
always
Christmas
out there.
Eve, I saw them out, so,
Yeah, I've seen them too.
Yeah, they've been
Okay.
a great crew, so.
Thank you.
yeah.
And just to note, Mayor and Council, speaking of surveying, you're gonna see Stantec, they're gonna have their surveyors out on the Upper Sudworth revitalization project. So if you get any calls, that's what Stantec doing that, on that project, so.
Okay.
I don't know that we need Johnny to report, but maybe give a,
On Windstream?
yeah, just something that says these areas are next, or obviously I'm selfish in that request, but just sitting there wondering.
Okay. I will reach out to him and try to have him here. He wanted to come, at least the first meeting, be here in person, so I'd like to have him here in person, but we'll
Sure.
see.
Sure.
We still have all the equipment in our area, but
Yep.
I'm up.
With us, with the, which one? Your TDS?
Windstream?
No, Windstream.
Well, I got a new phone, which I know you've all heard about, because it locked me out of all my emails and all my streaming services, and I had to have Andrew help me. But if you do it today, you get a fancy snazzy watch. And for only $40 a month, I got 5G internet, so I'm gonna try it guaranteed, and if it doesn't work, I'll ship it back, so I'm gonna try
Let
it.
us know.
I'm gonna try it, because I said it won't work in my area. She said, no, it will work in your area, guaranteed, so.
So now you have 3
Was a
phones.
salesperson.
No, I got rid of the old one that I'd had for 8 years that I couldn't charge anymore.
Oh, well, all right.
And so I was waking up freaking out that it wasn't charging, so I went to the store in Odessa, Texas while we were there. And the gal got on us right immediately, still 2.5 hours later. And she said, don't worry, I'll go there. So 4,100 plus contacts went right over, but none of my passwords, and then we never figured out why.
Oh.
And so I had to get Andrew in there to fix it.
Recover.
Well, Samsung wouldn't talk to whomever, to whatever. I'm still one of those guys. I'm still in a Samsung, so.
I think Samsung's good.
I do too.
Anything, well, that just shows your age, is what I've been told, so.
Oh, okay, well, that fits.
I like it.
So anything else anybody can come on and talk about? I know that it's pretty light right now, but as always, it gets kind of loaded up a little bit. And maybe by then Eddie will be able to tell Sue the new action-packed movie, if it's coming in with the new stars,
Poor
maybe.
Eddie.
You want to know who Eddie's beautician or barber is also?
Yeah. See, I'm telling you what, you get rode hard like a brand-new pony at a 5-year-old birthday party when you do something different around here, so just keep it up.
Ron,
You got a little
Solid
highlights.
Waste did a great job over the holidays. Our,
Yeah.
our dumpsters were starting to overflow and they were out there.
And I was talking to Darren earlier too, and they hit the bear mess hit the Midtown early in the mornings. And Matt, do you all follow up on that also? There was some trash, you guys, okay, by the bathrooms? Okay,
They did a great job. I got
Yeah,
calls
they
yes.
always
from
do.
people.
Thank you.
Mayor Cobb called me and said, how do y'all do it? You know, he said he was leaving town and saw our guys in Midtown emptying the trashes early on the weekend.
Yeah. If I see mattresses and I just give them a call and say, man, if somebody needs any furniture.
Hurry, please get rid of the mattress.
Okay,
Bugs crawling around.
anything else?
And also, Mayor and Council, Adam worked with the county and with our crews, and they been, some of the piles of debris, been
yeah.
picking them up and did a lot of cleanup. We have one more there by the Turkey Foot.
Yeah,
We did get a right of entry, and Adam's working with the county, and there's a huge pile there to clean that up. So we went out and just, there by Eagle Bridge and some other
one
areas.
of Meacham, and then you got that big one in Upper Canyon
Yes.
off of, what was that road?
Sleigh Road.
Sleigh Road at the end of it, man, that was a pile out.
The
They showed
county
me
provided
pictures.
dump trucks and just a great partnership in getting that done.
That all looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks really good. And
Good
then they're
job.
gonna finish Turkey Foot now.
Yep.
Turkey, over there by, used to be Taco Bell, whatever that's called now. Okay, anything else? And if something comes up, let us know. And then they're still working on the bathroom for North Loop over here for, what we're gonna do since it was in the floodplain and we can't do that. The other bathroom looks great. If y'all haven't used it, I encourage you to hold on while you can and get over there to Country Club.
Yeah, look,
Nice.
Yeah.
And, so then now we have to have Adam, I'm not telling his part, but, because you're gonna get asked, you already have been about Paradise Canyon, that we thought all we needed was a big, crane to set the culverts in, but now then we gotta have it engineered. We were just told this last week, so we're getting that done, aren't we, Ron?
Yes, we're working on that, and we're gonna make some other calls to make sure on that too, so to verify that. We feel we have to get it engineered, so.
Yeah, and the track supposedly started yesterday. That's people moving dirt down there. And then according to Secretary Cerna, they're supposed to get started this week. But it's supposed to snow, so who knows what's going to happen. But it's all signed, and now we just got to get it delivered. So that's moving forward, so we're good. They finished up the duck pond.
That looks great.
Yeah,
it does.
Yes.
it's going to take a lot to fill that baby up.
Yeah, it is.
And,
Is the trail open?
not yet. Yeah, they just got to get all that stuff out.
And Mayor, we'll have some, I know we'll have one executive session item, so, that we talked about yesterday, so.
Yeah,
And when is our trip to Santa Fe? What day?
February 5th.
27th?
Municipal Day is the 28th.
Eighth.
So the reception is the night of the 27th.
Wait a minute, the 28th of,
February.
oh,
That's the Lincoln County days also, that's when they'll have that?
No, that one,
No, they moved it. Oh, it's in January, Link?
February 5th.
February.
oh, so it,
It was.
oh, so,
Well, I know last year, a lot of us couldn't stay at both of them. We had, Link County Days is the 5th, and then Municipal League is sometime else. I don't even have it on here, but we couldn't even stay for Lincoln County Days because we had to be at the Municipal Day at the same time, and so it got changed up a little bit.
So February 27th is the reception at the La Fonda. That's Thursday evening, and Friday, the 28th, is the municipal day. And then on the Lincoln County Day is going to be February the 5th, Wednesday in Santa Fe. We're having trouble getting rooms because they didn't block any rooms. So we're trying to get some rooms. It was hard to even make any type of room
For the 5th?
reservations. Yes. So I spoke to Becky and to Deborah, and she said that they're not going to have it at a hotel, they're going to have it at that wine bar.
Yep.
And I said, you're not going to have rooms available if you don't have a block of rooms, so she's going to work on that and see, but we'll have to get ours too. We're trying to reach Mariah.
I don't know.
It's called the,
It's the old St. Clair. It's
it's the Herve Wine, Herve Wine Bar.
Say it again?
Herve Wine Bar, it's in the square.
It's the same group that owns the one in Alamogordo, the restaurant.
Oh, DH
So-
Combs?
Yeah.
I like their stuff, it's okay.
But I think we have everyone
It's a
that's
nice
going to be attending,
facility,
so
but
we'll get the rooms.
It's kind of off the beaten.
So you're
It is.
talking about the 5th is the problem with rooms. The 27th, we should be good.
We're going to be
for ours
fine,
to-
yes.
Okay.
No, we'll have it at the La Fonda. We're already working with Mariah on that, and
Okay.
she takes care of the president, so, and the,
He learned when he was a secretary,
Good
you start whining early.
yeah.
And I don't mean Hervé wine, I mean, we need hotel rooms close to the
So
event.
we're riding your tail.
Somebody needs to.
Okay.
When was that, Midtown Association meeting up there in Santa Fe? Is that,
When is that,
Joe,
Tim?
it's the 5th through the 7th.
at the same time as the,
When's the RMA meeting in Santa Fe?
That's February 5th through the 7th.
Okay, same time that we're gonna be there for the for Lincoln County Days. So maybe you can step over with them and check it out.
Do you know which hotel it's at?
Yeah, you have to register for it.
La Fonda?
Yeah.
I just emailed Gina.
So if you wanna go, you need to get with, Gina or Vaughn and tell me you wanna go.
go back, talk with Gina.
Also for the COG, we have that document.
Oh, yeah, the COG, you guys still want to do the COG? Okay, I'll put your names down, I gotta fill that out. So we'll do that today, because they've been very beneficial the last year.
And Rifle's been the alternate, so.
Yep, you've been it and Rifle.
In fact, we've got one coming up here pretty quick.
Yep, yep.
I visited the wastewater treatment plant and for the solar. That's pretty cool.
We got a meeting at 10 this morning, correct? The JUB just set the agenda and,
Tomorrow,
oh, that's tomorrow? And then we're leaving?
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things that we're considering is where we're gonna put the additional solar panels and not put it in front of the pit, so the guys have good access to it. And then myself, Ron, Mike,
Yes.
and another private individual, we're going to do a presentation with the Economic Development Council in New Mexico, Secretary Black, Thursday morning. So we'll be going up there in the snow probably tomorrow night and then having that Thursday in Albuquerque on some good stuff that if they bite on, y'all just better hang on.
Ching, ching.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking to you about some of the things that we're working on.
I think Adam said we could take his new truck, so has a
Did you get a
snowplow.
new truck? Did you get the lettering put on straight? Are you?
Is your Audi all-wheel drive?
Yes.
Is it available? He thinks it is. He's not really sure.
I'm not clear that they make one that isn't.
No, yes. Yeah.
And then we'll get caught up on some of the water rights issues. some
Oh,
of
yeah.
The pending stuff that's up and down and around. But I think we're back on track on that deal. Just as we figured, the folks in the valley, make a deal and then break it. So,
Is that a no-go now?
no, it's back on for now.
Yeah.
And then we're still working on, waiting on the OSC those guys to clear up our purchase of the water rights. And then, has anybody stopped by and talked to Todd at the links yet?
No.
Okay, they're working on it so far. Some of the golfers that I've talked to are very excited about the change, and they've met him, and they're really excited. He's kept almost all the employees, I think all of them except for the Hubbard that was there, and the greenskeeper and all the maintenance people, so people think it's coming on pretty good.
Well, that's
And he's going to renew and honor the ones that have the memberships. They were worried about that. He said they don't need to worry about that he's going to honor all of those, which is great. We would expect him to.
His name is Todd what?
Todd Behringer, yes. And they own Picacho Hills in Las Cruces and Butterfield Trail in El Paso. And so then he'll have extra staff here in the summer because he said nobody wants to work in 110, 120 degree heat down there.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's got a lot of plans, and so we're working on bringing the council some ideas. I want him to get his building plans. Of course, he's just trying to get his hands around it right now. But then the advent of the restaurant bar that he's talking about building over there. We've already talked to Mr. John Bushman and Ed Lassiter, the owners of the hotel. They're excited about that aspect of it. I think it's a home run. And then the reports we got from businesses in
Oh, yeah.
Midtown. How was it? You were working down there, weren't you?
Busy. Some of the best yet.
Yeah, and that's what I heard from a lot of them, and so. A lot of people. Our consensus was if you're not making money, you're doing something wrong.
And they were carrying packages too.
Packages, yeah. And we had a good report, which you may be prepared to give that if we don't have an agenda fill up on the manager's report on the ice rink, since that shuts down in February. But that thing's kicking it really good too, and a lot of access. Staff doing really good out there, so.
And then Mayor and Council, Todd Berenger and I were working on getting the transfer of the governmental liquor license to their entity, and that's like 99.8% complete.
Okay.
Mayor, do we want to try to have him on?
If he's available here,
Okay.
it
We'll
would be
reach
nice
out.
y'all get the meeting.
Have him just, we'll put it under mayoral reports and
See if he
can.
can come in, but he's a pro golfer and has taken over Butterfield Trail that basically El Paso was abandoning. And he took it over, turned it into a diamond, and then kind of the same thing in Picacho Hills. So we're excited that he's going to be here and get some new swag in that pro shop, so.
Yeah, that's nice.
Anyway, anybody else want anything? No? This week we have the wildland firefighters in. How long, Chief? Till the end of the week? All week. So they'll be at the commission center. So if you see and you get calls about what are all the
Yeah.
trucks in there, that's what it's for. We're also, Chief, have we got anywhere, have you asked anybody on why we got all this Texas State Troopers flying through?
I haven't found an answer to that.
Oh, I can tell you that's easy. They're going to the border.
Why are they going this way?
Because if they're coming from Amarillo or the Panhandle,
It's faster that way?
quicker to come right across 7.
So you think they're coming from?
You see them every weekend, the shifts going over and coming back. Yep,
Okay, I figured they would go
it's
down
way
10.
out of the way.
Okay. Well, they're flying, and we're getting phone calls. I am from people in the valley. Can you believe that? You know, those people even.
Well, it'll be calling the sheriff.
Well, it's the only one that likes me down there. Those people call me all the time. But they said they're blowing by them at 90 miles an hour, which they may or may
Damn
not be.
cops.
So that's it, and then we'll find out. We still haven't got anywhere on anything on the origin or cause of either one of the fires. And then we did have a couple of fires on Mescalero last week, week before. I can't remember. Like I said, I've been gone, but looks like it was started from somebody doing some thinning, and they got those put out. Then we had a fire in Capitan. Wow.
So what happened to the couple that got arrested?
Nothing. They let their name out. And then, so if they're not guilty, I think I'd be suing somebody.
Really?
And, but they let their names out. They've got the tennis shoes, the tire prints, they keep saying they're taking information, and Chief will check back with them. But it's through the FBI and the BIA, and we haven't heard, and I've talked to Thora about it. And,
FBI were the ones that really led the investigation on it.
who was?
FBI.
And so we haven't gotten anywhere on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as Kash Patel gets in there, well, he'll.
FBI who?
Mayor, Chief, Mayor and Council, Chief Menner is going to be teaching
Yeah.
at the Hobbs Academy this week, doing a couple classes.
Yes, we're actually, I'm assisting one of the other guys helping teach a class in Hobbs. But in turn, we're trading out some training, so some of our guys will get to do some training out in Gordo for free.
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
gonna help out for both of us, so.
So
Well, thank you.
Lieutenant Urban will be
In charge.
the hook and bowl
Yep.
over there.
So, all right.
Anything else? It just seems Tuesday every time, and then it will be loaded up next Tuesday. All right, well, thank you,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
See y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.